And when the ashram started growing up, there also he had linked me, involved me in some small things. One day, the contractor, who is Anjaneyulu, is the contractor who is responsible for the buildings in the ashram. So Yogi had told him to make the first building, which is behind the office, tortured shed with a space. So that is the first building that was done at the ashram. So he called Anjaneyulu, who was a very expert mason. He said, "See, you go and talk to Swami, he knows about stones." That's a bit. You go and ask this. So this man is involved in construction work, all his life. He advises him, you go and talk to Swami. He knows a lot about stones. You ask him, he had built that building with the stones. You ask him about the stones. You ask him whether he can supply stones for this beggar, for the ashram building. He was surprised, so he came. Then he said, Yogiji had sent me, he told, you know about stones. So what is this, Swami? I am so surprised. Then I told you, do you know, among the stones, there is a male stone, there is a female stone. In stone also. This is what I was talking to Swamiji one day, Yogiji one day. Oh, he was enjoying. Male stone, female stone. Like that he was. So he had sent this Anjaneyulu to me. So you find out how he made that building. And you take his help also. So this poor big man comes and Swami said, how do you... Then I told him, see, when people make buildings, first what they do is foundation. For the foundation, they use this kind of stones. And that stones need not have to be in good shape. It should be a solid stone. So they put cement and mortar and fill it up. And when sufficient height comes, then they build it with the bricks. That's what they do. So what I have done, I thought this Tiruvannamalai is full of mountains. Stones are available. Why don't we use stone instead of conventional brick? Because Ramana Maharshi in his ashram used the stones for the dining hall. So that was also inspired me. So I needed some stones with right sizes, and it is not, you cannot find it at the market. So I contacted some people who are involved in the work, who would be providing stones for the foundation. During that, they may find inadvertently some good shaped stones. So I asked him, can you pick up stones with the black color and of a even size? Could you pick up, keep, because foundation that is not necessary. Can you supply that periodically so that I can come? He said, I would do it. So I found someone who can supply those stones at a very competent, very cheap prices, competent price. So when I was telling all these things, sir, please supply stones for us, for our Yogi's ashram. Yogi was very particular. So I said, okay, I would do it. What is it? So I started supplying stones for the Yogi's ashram for the first. And another thing. So Yogi would make sometimes like a Zen master. Like a Zen master, some riddles he would pose. You don't know how to solve the riddle. He would create such a situation in the ashram. So the building was over. It was raining. So in the evening, Yogi said, tomorrow the beggar would enter. Tomorrow the beggar would enter that structure. So finish it. It was already late in the evening, 7 o'clock. Now, he has to make the steps. And it was raining, he can build it, but plastering might not be possible because it would be too wet. And when Yogi goes, many people would go. He should ensure that it should be a strong, He didn't know what to do. Yogi said 7 o'clock, do it. I don't know how you do it. You do it. This beggar would enter tomorrow. Now this man was crazy. So he came to me. Yogi had said, now what to do? He said, don't worry. What you can do, you do. What you cannot do, don't bother about it. First, don't worry. First, start doing something. Don't worry first. I can only make the brick structure. But that is not sufficient. Don't bother about it. Make the brick structure. But over that, plastering cannot be done. So, it may not stay. Don't worry about it. You start doing that and then come and tell me how many hours you need to do the further one. Since it was damp, it was showering, you cannot really do any work. Is there any alternative? I don't find any alternative. Then I said, instead of plastering and fixing, if I give you a granite slab, you can just put it, it is solid granite. But we have to find granite. Granite piece. And again, the granite piece edges would be very sharp. It can harm. So it should be perfectly dressed. So dressed stones are not available anywhere. For our building, for this building, we have made some dressed granite slabs. One was extra. 1 or 2 were extra. It was lying down idle here. So you just put it over it, it is finished. Oh, he found great relief. Oh my God, problem. So he took it and he was happy. So Yogi that way involved me in small things, small things. Another time, likewise, in the evening, Yogi Samad. Now, tomorrow there should be a big rituals, homa. Homa is to be done. You have to make a pit for the homa, the structure. And that should be perfect. It should be of a permanent nature. It should be ready by tomorrow morning. And left. Now this fellow was completely off. So 2 vital things are necessary to do that work. Both are not available. One is you need a red soil. So it should not be done with the cement. It should be made with the red soil. Now this red soil is not stored or sold. So you have to go find out where it is available. So you have to go on digging and bring it. Now those people would work only up to 12 in the noon. They don't work. Whatever money you give, they don't work. And that is already evening 7 o'clock. So where to find the red? And then you said you should make the yoga kunda of a permanent nature. Which means you should build it with not ordinary bricks. It should be built with heavy fire bricks, which were used in Klen, which is not at all available in Tiruvannamalai. It is a specialized brick made to order in some places which are 100 kilometers away from here. So both were not available there, and both were impossible to get. But somehow or other the mason got struck. Maybe I would go to Swami. So he came here. And both were available here. I want to make a fire pit here, for which I specialized hoard, clean bricks I had ordered and kept it here for my kitchen here. And the red soil was also available here.
Wow.
He just went like that. But Yogi didn't say, but he felt if I come, he does in a very subtle way. So he got so relieved. So yes, the permanent Yaga Kundam was made like that. So, like that he would involve in small works. Once I was sleeping. Generally I get up a little early. Around 3:34 I get up generally. So that day I had a very sound sleep. So when I got up, I thought it may be 4 o'clock or something like that. Since it was a bit stuffy, I thought I would just come out, take a fresh air. So I walked towards the gate. Everything was calm and quiet. Somehow I felt it may be around 4 o'clock. I went to the gate. When I went to the gate, the cows, we had the Gosala here, the cows were here. So the milkman came. So he did namaskar and he went for milking the cows. So I went out of the gate. Then I found one Rajendran who used to work in Yogiji's ashram. He was taking care of some cows there, some sundry work, garden work. So he was running like in a race. He was asking for breath and I was running. So the moment he saw me, Swami, enna pandrathu therilla, I don't know what to do. He was just, calm down. Tell me what. No, Yogi had got up. Yogi is sitting. We have to give him coffee. I don't know what to do. Devaki was asking me, go somewhere and get the milk. Now at this hour, where the milk is found? Because we cannot find milk at this hour. I don't know what to do. So not knowing anything, I am running somewhere. I don't know where I am going. I am running somewhere. I said, why do you worry? You want milk, Go and take milk. No, but I cannot take the previous day's milk. We make coffee with the fresh milk only. So, no, why you get fresh milk? But at this hour you get fresh milk where? I said, the man is milking, you go take. Me at this hour? I said, what is this hour? It was 2 o'clock in the early morning. Generally, Yogi used to get up at 3. So generally they would provide him tea between 3 and 3:30 or something like that. So they have fixed some place from where they used to get milk. But it was hardly 2 o'clock. So milk would not be available for another 1 hour, but Yogi had woke up early that day and sat for coffee. And he was so shocked, surprised, Swami, at this hour milking is being done. Yes, the thing is, that milkman thought it is 4 o'clock and came without seeing the time. I thought it is 4 o'clock and came to the gate, which I don't do. If I would not have come, if the milkman would not have come, poor fellow, he would be searching for milk. He would not have found milk anywhere. He was so greatly relieved. So when he took to Devaki, where did you find the milk? So fast you got. Because he ran literally from there. No, Swami gave milk. It was this hour. Yes. I got fresh milk from them. It was still with the 4th pure fine milk. So it was a great. So the small things, I didn't know that time. The milkman didn't know that time. I never come out to the open. I come to the open. All these things are, like some small things which always make you happy.
Yogi Ramsuratkumar.